New York Giants fans, we got a little more clarity on the offensive coordinator situation for our New York football Giants. Going to break down in this video how Todd Monken is looking like the next OC for the New York Giants, rejoining John Harbaugh from his Baltimore days. I want to show you guys where Monken's system has been ranked over the last 3 years. Surprisingly, it's been really, really good. I want to show you what the benefits of Jaxson Dart and Monken, that combination, will be, as Monken has been known to be a quarterback whisperer. But before we get into all that, guys, if you like Giants content, breaking down the OC stuff, going to have a video soon about the potential defensive coordinators as well. Lots of news coming on with that. We got draft stuff, mock drafts, all that good stuff. If you love New York Giants football and New York Giants content, guys, share, like, subscribe to this channel. Come on this journey with me as the New York Giants are back, baby. We are back. Long gone. We've been gone for a decade. It hasn't felt like, if you're a New York Giants fan, it has not felt like you could be proud of an organization like it was when I was growing up, like the 80s, like the 90s, like the 2000s, the 2010s, well, not the 2010s, but I guess they did win the Super Bowl in 2011. The Giants were a franchise where you could just get behind and you know they're going to provide you stability, pride, winning. That is all coming back with the hire of John Harbaugh. Multiple videos are going to be coming out, guys. Stick with me, breaking down a lot of the stuff with what's going on with Harbaugh, the cafeteria situation, the new locker situation, the new gyms that they're building. Everything is changing within the New York Giants organization. But if you click this video, you are curious to why Todd Monken would be a very good hire for our New York football Giants. And not only for that, for the development of Jaxson. All right, so let's get straight into that. This is one of the guys that I had on the top of my list when it came to offensive coordinators. I never thought that the Giants would be in the Josh McDaniel list, where when he got released from Miami, I always thought that he was going to go somewhere with a little more stability, like the other Harbaugh brother has with the Chargers, with Justin Herbert, try and turn that thing around to try and get him another head coaching position soon enough. Didn't ever see him coming here. I didn't see Harbaugh interested in him. So I want to show you guys the quick synopsis of Todd Monken's thing, right? This is the basic Todd Monken thing that you guys could all look up. I'll just explain to you, excuse me, what Todd Monken is widely regarded as an elite NFL offensive coordinator, frequently ranks among the top play callers in all of football, especially with the Ravens. Under his leadership, the Ravens have ranked first in red zone touchdown percentage. They've ranked first in rushing yards per game, passer rating 110, while placing second in points per game at 28 points per game. That is in the 2023-2024 season. The PFF rankings had him as the number 2 offensive coordinator in football in 2024. We're not going to look too much into 2025, even though they were the second-ranked rushing attack in all of football. We're going to keep it to the 2023-4 season because they didn't have a quarterback for 7 or 8 weeks of this season. So it's a really tough read on that team. 7th best play caller and had amazing impact on Lamar Jackson. Led the Ravens to the number 1 total offense, number 3 in scoring in 2024, following the 2023 season where they were ranked number 6 in total offense and 4th in scoring. So, again, guys, that's a tremendous job. He would be such a tremendous hire for the Giants, and you want to get a guy like him in here for the development of Jaxson Dart. Like I just told you guys, the numbers speak for themselves. First in total offense in 2023, first in total red zone offense in 2023 and 2024. Great rushing attack, always in the top 3. Scoring offense in the top 3, 28 points per game from 2023 to 2024. Mostly I'm looking at those two. Again, I'm looking at 2023 and 2024 more because the Ravens were without a quarterback for a big majority of 2025. But he did play a significant part in the development of Lamar Jackson. Kept that thing going. The offensive line was very good. They're going to keep Carmen Brasillo. I think we all hope that. Tyler Linderbaum could be a future New York football Giant. Let's hope that that's one of the biggest free agent splashes that we make this offseason. But again, you're bringing that tempo, you're bringing that high-octane offense with Todd Monken here. That is going to help the development of our young quarterback in Jaxson Dart. Going to add a lot more weapons. John Harbaugh has been known to bring in some sort of weapons. You know, he brings in Zay Flowers. They brought in Derrick Henry. The number 1 rushing attack in football is going to be another beneficial thing for Jaxson Dart, right? number one rushing attack makes it a lot easier on that quarterback, doesn't it? You get the ball out quicker. You're going to have those guys come up to the front of the box, have those guys come up to the line, opens up spaces for Jaxson Dart to find lanes to throw the football. Can't beat that, man. Malik Neighbors is probably the best wide receiver John Harbaugh is going to have at his disposal in his coaching career. You could give me an older Anquan Bolden, you can give me an older Steve Smith, but I truly think that Malik Neighbors will be the best weapon that he can get his hands on and try and develop some sort of crazy good stuff for Malik Neighbors, making him a very big vocal part of our offense. So let's get into another thing that I wanted to show as well with Todd Monken here. Where was he ranked? So some of the pros and cons with Monken, right? This is kind of basic stuff. Monken, elite offensive coordinator, January 2026, excelling at player development, maximizing quarterback potential. That is the greatest part. Even though, lacks head coaching experience, we're not really going to dive much into that. So let's get into a couple of the pros. Elite architect, coordinated the NFL's top offense and top rushing attack in 2024. High-level versatility. I mean, he's going to spread the ball. The offense is going to look smooth. It's going to look up to date. It's going to look It's not going to be vanilla anymore where we can't scheme guys open. He will scheme guys open and make it the best possible way for Jaxson Dart to be developed. Balanced offensive philosophy creates an effective blend, strong running game, strong passing, a very high red zone efficiency, number one in football over the last 3 years combined, the Baltimore Ravens. Experienced over 11 seasons. He won 2 national championships at Georgia. The cons for me, not going to be too crazy. No NFL head coaching experience. It doesn't really matter much. Questionable in-game decisions. That could be something that we could look back on, but I think Harbaugh will do a good job of getting him ready with that stuff. Complicated system. I've heard that some players have complained about it, and relationship concerns. I don't look too much into that, but this is a guy who's getting head coaching. This is a guy who's getting head coaching looks. I'm not worried about a difficult system to learn. You got very smart players on the New York Giants right now. You got a lot of young guys willing to take that next leap. Again, man, over the last 3 years, the number one red zone offense in football. Derrick Henry's got a ton to do with that, right? So does Lamar Jackson. What does Lamar Jackson and Jaxson Dart have in common? They have legs to run the football. Obviously, Dart's not as quick and elusive as a guy like Lamar Jackson. Nobody is. Nobody in the history of the NFL. Maybe Michael Vick could be as elusive as Lamar Jackson, but Dart is still a weapon down in the red zone, and the efficiency down in the red zone is something that New York Giants fans have not seen for a very long time. To bring Monken in here and have the number one red zone offense over the past 3 seasons, the number one rushing attack, number one in points scored from 2023 through 2024, this is going to benefit Jaxson Dart tremendously as he tries to develop, especially that red zone offense, man. Get those touchdown numbers up throughout the season. Let's now look at the last offensive rankings for Todd Monken here. Let's look at his rankings over the last couple of seasons, right? Let's look at 2023 through 2024. We're gonna focus mostly on that because that's when Lamar Jackson played the majority of his games. Also won 2 MVPs. So total offense, they ranked second in yards, second in points per game, first over his first 2 seasons, ranked first in rushing yards for those 2 seasons, led the league in red zone. Again, we're going over this. Led the league in passer rating as well for those 2 seasons. Number one offense for the first time in the history. So 2025, the changes because they fell to 11th in scoring because they lost Lamar Jackson for a few games, right? 27th in passing yards. They lost Lamar Jackson for a few games. You got to put that in there. You have to put the context in there with that. So, yes. The best part about getting the familiarity of Harbaugh and Monken here to coach Jaxson Dart, because this is the main thing now for the New York Giants. Everything is going to be predicated on developing this young quarterback and turning him into an elite passer. Again, under Monken's offense, the Baltimore Ravens in 2023 and 2024 had the number one passer rating in the entire NFL. You can look at passer rating as kind of like a weird stat. Nobody even knows how passer rating is adjusted or even made, but the number one passer rating in all of football for those 2 seasons. That is something I would love to have Jaxson Dart have into the top 3. I'd like to see him launch the ball downfield a lot more. You're going to scheme guys open under this offense a lot more. Things are going to be easy for Malik Neighbors, for Tyrone Tracy. Things are going to be a lot easier on the tight ends. They are heavy. heavy into 11 personnel. You could do 20 personnel. If you bring in the fullback, you could line up a guy like Patrick Ricard. That changes you from 20 personnel to 11 personnel in a dime hat, and you don't even understand what's going on. I don't even understand what I'm saying sometimes. But little things like lining up in 20, lining up in 11, you have the fullback. If he lines up in a certain way, it gives you so many different options as a quarterback. And getting a guy like Ricard in here will be very beneficial to Jaxson Dart. So that's something I'm hoping the Giants are open to doing. So if you guys like the hire of Todd Monken, I think it's going to happen. If it doesn't, we'll look elsewhere. But my guess, my gut feeling is that Monken will be the next quarterback of – I'm sorry, the next quarterback. He'll be the next offensive coordinator of the New York Giants under John Harbaugh. Let's hope that it's the right choice. I think it's the right choice, and it'll be great for Jaxson Dart. If you guys like this video, got this far, like, share, subscribe to all this stuff for Giants content. I appreciate you guys. Till the next one.